What is it that you do?
I work at Google as a finance analyst.
And what initially drew you to the field that you're in right now?
Well, mostly I work with data. I do a lot of data engineering, and it's really fun to kind of visualize and solve these abstract data problems, kind of connecting things together and then making a story with them.
And what courses did you take in college that you would say helped you for your current career?
Most of them did not.
Okay.
Kind of sets like I guess a lot of econ courses that I took kind of set up a framework for how to think about problems, but they're not directly applicable.
What degree did you receive in college?
I have a bachelor's in math and economics.
And how long have you worked in this industry?
So I've worked at Google since 7 years or so, and all of this has been in some way data engineering, data analysis related.
What are some hard skills and soft skills you would say are necessary for your job? Hard skills being programming, and then soft skills, patience, creativity.
Sure. So the hard skills I would say are I program in SQL. You have to be good with data generally, which is kind of there's a lot of hard skills in there, and then the soft skills are kind of how can I effectively understand the motivations of an executive and what they want to see and how they want to see it, so that they're understanding the message I'm trying to get across as opposed to some message that they're creating in their head.
And what is the progression of your job during this industry?
So I didn't intern at Google or in like the field that I'm in.
But you did do internships?
No, I never did an internship actually. I would highly recommend it. So when I first got out of college, I was not in this industry, and I would greatly prefer if I had been, because maybe my career would have been a little bit more accelerated, and I think that an intern would have been really helpful. But yeah, no, I didn't do any.
Okay. And what would you say is unique to your work, such as like the different conditions you work under, or hours, or benefits?
I do have a fair amount of autonomy with respect to which projects I work on, which I appreciate. And it's also pretty ambiguous, like how we are going to solve the problems, which I like. It can be frustrating at times because there's no playbook, there's no rule set, and you kind of just have to think, what's the best way I can do this? Something else that's really great about working at Google, and I'm sure a lot of other tech companies, you have the flexibility of different types of roles. So that's something that I've been fortunate to work on different products or different teams. So that's a really positive benefit, I think.
Okay. And which has been more valuable in your opinion in your career, your education or your experience?
Experience. I mean, I'm very grateful for my education, and I don't think that I would be where I am without, I know I wouldn't be where I am without having had a solid education.
Foundation.
Yeah, it's really just like a base layer, and then the experience just kind of like builds on it, but you can't, without that base, there's nothing.
And as someone who has experience in your field, what advice would you give someone that's like new or interested in what you do?
So if somebody's interested in data analysis, data engineering, business analysis, anything like that, I would say learn SQL right now. There are free courses everywhere. It doesn't get taught enough in school, but it accelerates the productivity of anyone who's doing this. And then ask questions of people who are in these jobs. Like, go and talk to them and say, hey, like, what excites you about this? Is this, and figure out, like, is this what you actually want to do? There's a lot of ambiguity. There's a lot of pressure. People like that, some people don't. But those would be the two things, yeah.
Thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Yeah, for sure.